Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Joakim Comic Center. Yes, I said Comic Center. I've changed the name back. So, let's move on. In this video, I want to talk about how me pre-ordering my books has helped me to get sort of a sabbatical break from buying comic books and getting them into the collection. Instead, get more time into reading my books. So if you clicked on this video, I assume that you want more time into reading your old books or reading overall. The heart of the matter is most of us, I think, in this hobby has a monthly haul and monthly budget to bring in new books. And if you're like me, I prefer to have read all my new stuff before diving back into my old stuff. So the conundrum here is, of course, that as long as you don't read all of your new stuff, you will never get back to your old stuff. So we're just piling it on, and have them stored either in nice bookcases or on piles or in storage units, because we never get caught up with anything. Like I've said before, eventually something will run out, and if it's not your money that you take to buy new books, maybe it'll be your space that'll take up all the room to store all your books. And if that's not a problem, then eventually you'll have no time at all. And this approach is something that came up to me going back almost 7 years now, when I discovered minimalism and I had to find another way of living because I had too much stuff, and I realized that I cannot move around a collection of 1,000 comic books. And that has been one of my biggest achievements on this channel, I would say, to actually go through my books and library, rereading them. This was during the pandemic, so I was inside for a lot of that time during 2021. So it gave me the freedom to reread my books and to sell off the ones that I didn't see myself to reread in the future. So that was the beginning for the baseline of me knowing what I want to keep and what I want to sell. So that, of course, freed up a lot of space. I even sold off some bookshelves at the time, and it also opened me up to pre-order books, so that not only would I stay current on what I wanted to get into the collection, but I would actually be one step further ahead. Of course, pre-ordering books is not for everyone. It requires you to sometimes put money up front and pay for something that you won't achieve right away. And I think that is something that with a lot of people that disturbs them, that you don't get that satisfaction right away, right? Even though we have 1 or 2 days shipping and you probably will get your book right away almost, it doesn't really scratch that itch the same way with the dopamine hit when you are pre-ordering, because basically what you're doing is investing. And for all of those you that are older and into the workforce and everything, I really do hope that you are investing for your future pension, both within the company and outside. That is just something that you should do. I am not want to talk about economics in any way, really, but just saving up for the future is a huge deal of life. And the same thing can be applied to your collecting, because when I pre-order a book, I simply view it as investing in my future happiness. So I'll still get my books, but maybe I won't be current and can't go into some subreddit and talk about the current books that are out right now and the current storyline that's going on. So maybe you can't join that particular conversation, but you still have a stable way of managing your collection and reading habits that way. So right now, I'm basically getting a new haul every 6 months. That is not because it's necessary for me to wait for my books in 6 months. That is because I simply ask them. I pre-order my books from DCBS, which is Discount Comic Book Service. This is not a sponsored video in any ways, but those are the distributors that I have been using for the last 5 years. In the beginning, they shipped out books that I pre-ordered and was released in the end of that same month, but I found that I'm not buying as many books nowadays, so maybe just 1 or 2 books would be shipped out, and I still pay for import charges and shipping, so I'm not necessarily actually saving money, but I am securing my books by pre-ordering. So instead of getting several import charges, I simply ask them to hold on for my shipment until more books gather up, and I can check the months ahead on which books will be released when and where, and just simply ask them to maybe hold my books till the end of June or end of December. And that's why haul videos are that infrequent on this channel. But whenever there is a haul, I get lots more books at the same time. So in between those hauls, I have like sabbatical time of just reading, so I can focus on reading. I still pre-order maybe 1 or every other month, but it doesn't get books in to my house and into the collection, so I can still keep on reading and keep my focus on that. That is one of the better benefits, I would say, of pre-ordering your books. So you won't get that dopamine hit, as I said, by buying new books, but that is something that I think we should train our brains to not have to search for that hit when it comes to ordering things, at least. So instead try to find that dopamine hit in some other place, like maybe actually opening up one of your shrink wrap books or rereading one of those old stories that you know you'll enjoy. So please share in the comments down below if this is something that you can see yourself do in the future by pre-ordering your books instead of just buying them right away, straight away shipping and all that. How would your spending habits be affected if all of your books was pre-ordered instead of just bought at a whim or because of FOMO? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now, let's read some comics.